In today's live stream video, I'm going to discuss news and current events that affects us as resellers. Every Wednesday, I have a live stream, and I usually interview another reseller and I have them share their tips, tricks, and techniques to make us more successful and profitable resellers. So if you're interested in reselling, then you are in the right place. Just going to say hello to a few people. We shall get started very soon. Yes, Lisa, I was going to mention that a little bit later. Hopefully you're safe in Florida. 9 inches of rain so far. Wind starting to whip out tonight, but nothing compared to the west. Okay, good. Yeah, well, I'll get into that a little bit later in the show, but we quite a few of our reseller friends are in Florida, so we'll touch on that later in the show. So anyway, I want to say hello to a few of you, and we shall get started. Like I said, I don't have a guest today, so I'm doing some reselling news. I also have a couple of topics going to cover after I go through some of the news events. I tell you, I try to keep up to date on the various e-commerce newsletters, and I try to follow some of the groups and some of the other resellers that I'm friendly with that I know are knowledgeable resellers and support my channel, and I try to support them as well. So one of the videos was released recently, was a very good video, and I just wanted to share that with you in case you hadn't seen it, and recommend that you watch it. So anyway, let's get started with our little news portion of the show. eBay hikes sneaker fees, will charge buyers $14.95 a pair shipping. eBay will charge buyers a flat $14.95 shipping fee for sneakers sold through its Authenticity Guarantee program, and sellers will have 3 days to ship the items to eBay Authentication Hub, also increasing fees for certain sneaker sales. These are some of the details shared after announcing the concept at last week's eBay Open Seller Conference. eBay will update the seller listing flow to automatically specify the free domestic service for sneakers going through its Authenticity Guarantee, and eBay said it's also expanding Authenticity Guarantee to more sneakers. Surprisingly, eBay will change how it calculates its fees for sellers sold with the new $14.95 flat shipping fee. It will not subject sellers to final value, commission fees, or ad fees on the shipping portion of the sale. Stated the total amount for the sale authenticated items include the item price, sales tax, and other applicable fees. However, eBay will increase final value fees for sneakers sold between $100 and $150 beginning October 10th of 2022. Vice President of Seller Experience Layodi Zhang had announced news of eBay's plans to roll out flat rate shipping for items sold through its Authenticity Guarantee program during a keynote address on Thursday. She described the benefits of sellers as no longer needing to figure out which carrier and services to select, knowing buyers would get a consistent shipping price. So no more need to worry about that either. She said the flat rate shipping concept would start in the U.S. in sneakers category and would expand to additional categories or markets next year. The next section I want to get into, hello, Lisa, Michelle, I'm sorry. Michelle, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being here. Next section, guys, I want to go over a little bit of the fall seller updates. They're kind of releasing them spottily, which I guess is the word I want to use. That may not be a poor choice, but they're kind of releasing them. And I also remind you that if you're selling eBay, you'll see that there's some additional information sent to you in your message section. We'll go into that a little bit further. But I want to kind of cover like the main items that are coming up with the fall seller update, at least the ones that have been released so far. So I make you aware of those. Okay. So this is a summary of the new features announced at eBay Open. I did participate a little bit in the eBay Open just for a couple hours. I wasn't able to attend the whole event, but unfortunately, a lot of the information was in the different sections of the event, different times. They didn't really announce, they didn't say we're going to tell you the full seller updates now. They sporadically release new information. Anyway, it may have been hard for sellers to keep track of the new features eBay announced at last week's eBay Open virtual event. Various executives discussed them in keynote sessions over the course of the 3-day conference, with no accompanying post on the seller announcement board. Complicating matters was the fact executives discussed some new features that had already been announced. Here's a roundup of the changes that will be coming to eBay that stood out. We expect eBay to announce them in more detail in an upcoming fall seller update. Marketing photos, eBay store videos, buyer groups, and live commerce. eBay will allow sellers to upload up to 24 images for free, up from the 12 in all categories. We're not sure of the exact timing, but sellers reacting to this eBay discussion board post expected to launch in November. During his keynote speech, eBay CEO Jamie Iannone said fashion sellers in DC suggested the idea at a meeting he had with them earlier this year. eBay store subscribers will be able to upload videos to their storefronts on eBay that can be used as branding tools, a way to showcase their expertise and share their personalities to upload how-to videos. Videos will be mostly ramped for all store sellers by the end of September. eBay CEO Jamie Iannone discussed a new tool called Buyer Groups that will allow sellers to tailor experiences to enthusiastic buyers. Iannone also said that eBay has begun experimenting with live commerce, which will eventually provide sellers with more interactive ways to reach customers. eBay announced its live shopping platform for mobile devices in June. Shipping labels for items sold through authenticity guarantee. eBay will simplify shipping for orders going to the authentication hubs for items sold through the authenticity guarantee program, which I kind of sort of alluded to earlier, and provide sellers with a shipping label automatically. It will start this in the U.S. in the sneakers category and will expand to additional categories and markets next year. It doesn't sound like an optional service. Whether sellers will like it depends on how well eBay negotiates with shipping carriers on the pricing. New eBay International Shipping Program, EIS. For those of you that weren't aware of it, eBay is changing their global shipping program. They're going to call it EIS. It will migrate sellers from its global shipping program to the new program called eBay International Shipping, or EIS. One big change is that buyers will have the choice to pay import charges, including duties and taxes at checkout or at delivery. Again, buyers will have the choice to pay import charges, including duties and taxes at checkout or at delivery. Even more impactful for sellers is that eBay will handle returns through the program. In the payments and payouts section, while not new, eBay reviewed scheduled payouts and its on-demand payouts features that are free of cost to bank accounts or for a fee to Visa and MasterCard debit cards. In April, eBay announced a spendable funds feature that will be rolling out over the coming months. Announced as part of the spring seller update, it allows sellers to use their funds to make purchases on eBay. At Thursday's eBay Open keynote speech, eBay said it was continuing to expand the availability of spendable funds to U.S. sellers this year. Next category is reducing unpaid items with immediate pay on best offers. Well, we've been asking for this for a while, folks, so hopefully this will work well for us. eBay will begin collecting payment information from buyers during the best offer submission flow. So once a seller accepts an offer, eBay processes the payment, reducing unpaid items. Some buyers are already in this pilot program, and eBay will ramp it up after the holidays. Next section would be parts and accessories fitment, eBay's calling it fitment. eBay is rolling out a new experience in parts and accessories, which is one of its largest categories, by bringing fitment front and center. It's also improving how search uses fitment. And unfortunately, there's some category and item specific changes. We all know what happens when eBay does that. The day before the conference, eBay announced category and item specific changes that usually are announced as part of the fall seller update. eBay shared some details on these features in a message concerning the fall seller update. Two additional things which I didn't go over since they will affect less of us are detailed somewhat in this message, which is getting compliant with France's EPR, or Extended Producer Responsibility legislation. That legislation is part of a Europe-wide initiative to protect the environment by improving waste management, limiting the use of landfills, and stimulating innovation and recycling. These measures make sellers responsible for the entire life cycle of their products. To comply with French EPR laws, business sellers who sell in or into France need to register with the relevant eco-organisms covering the categories they are selling in, including packaging. A list of these categories that these laws apply to can be found in a link included with the message from eBay. And this is another category which I really don't get into too much detail because, again, it's not going to affect a lot of us. Following the UK's departure from the EU, the UK now has its own domestic regulations covering most goods previously subject to the EU's CE marking. CE marking shows that these products meet EU's safety, health, or environmental requirements. It's important you prepare your business for these changes so you can continue to sell your items in the Great Britain and Northern Ireland markets. As a result of the new regulations, there are two types of marking, to be compliant with for selling in Great Britain and in Northern Ireland. The UKCA, or UK Conformity Assessed Marketing, is new product marking required to demonstrate that certain goods are compliant with the UK rules and can be placed on the market in Great Britain, England, Wales, and Scotland. It covers all goods that previously required the CE marking. The UKNI, or United Kingdom Northern Ireland, marking is the new conformity marking for products placed on the market in Northern Ireland, but also where a UK-based conformity assessed bonding has been used. It also covers goods that continue to require the CE marking. I don't want to bore you with the details. Again, there's more information about these regulations in the message that eBay sent to us. You can check that in your eBay message section of your store. Let's pop in the chat and see if anyone else has popped in the chat. Mike, I hope you're doing well, my friend. I know it's kind of crazy down in Florida. I hope you're okay. Bobby, kept going JT, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Tommy, good to see you, my friend. So anyway, guys, we'll get that a little bit later, but please keep our friends, our reselling friends and family members, obviously, in Florida in your thoughts and prayers if you're so inclined. So it's a little crazy, and my understanding is it's Category 4 right now over Florida. So it's a little bit crazy down there. A little sip of water, and I'll get into my next category here. Excuse me. For your Amazon sellers, Amazon announces faster payouts, discounted shipping, and more. News from Amazon Seller Central seemed all about brands. Regular sellers got some good news on day 2 of the Amazon Accelerate, including faster payouts and free access to multi-channel shipping software from a service that previously cost $450 per month. Amazon said qualified sellers will be able to get payouts to their bank accounts within 24 hours instead of the 3 to 5 business days through Amazon's Express payouts. It's important to note that while it's free now, sellers will have to pay a flat fee of 50 cents per Express payout beginning in October of 2023. The other big news, sellers will have free access to multi-channel shipping software offering discounted rates from USPS, UPS, FedEx, and DHL. Not only for Amazon orders, but for orders completed on eBay, Etsy, and Shopify as well. The software was developed by VQ, which Amazon acquired earlier this year. Other news coming out of the conference, sellers now have access to a Fulfillment by Amazon dashboard to help grow their business in a single accessible location. Customer Reviews Insights is an enhanced to the Product Opportunity Explorer, lets sellers access the likelihood of new product gaining traction with customers, lets them forecast sales potential. This one is for brands. Sellers can access more detailed search behavior data through Search Analytics dashboard. They've also included the Search Insights dashboard to provide the insights backed by detailed data, such as percentage of queries that ranked in the top 1 to 16 positions, percentage of your queries that are branded, and these insights can help you understand that the actions to take to improve your performance. So that's a little detail, but I know quite a few of you are selling on Amazon, so you probably received information concerning that already. My next category is Macquarie. And just read Mike's message here. You're north of it. It's not bad there yet. Lost power a couple times. Okay. Yeah, I think they said, I don't know what the latest was. I checked before I went online. It was over 100,000 people had lost power down, I guess down a little further south towards the Keys. So anyway, keeping you guys in our thoughts and prayers. Okay, the next article is about Macquarie. I know some of you are selling on Macquarie. Shopping marketplace Macquarie. It's low-cost goods hard. Macquarie is raising payment processing fees on November 1st of 2022, making it less profitable to sell low-cost goods through its platform. Also made it clearer that it does not accept cash, with new language added to its terms of service. Macquarie is keeping the payment processing rate at 2.9%, but is raising the payment processing transaction fee from 30 cents to 50 cents per sale. This proportionally impacts low-cost goods, and that's an area where buyers may not be willing to pay higher prices, especially with shipping costs constantly on the rise. This is an article I covered several weeks ago when I did do a news section show. Amazon sellers remain displeased over Amazon's test of forced UPS returns. Okay, so this is a rehashing of this and a kind of an update of the article I talked about several weeks ago. Amazon is forcing UPS returns on sellers as a part of a test. And on Thursday, it issued a reminder with details on how to get compensation should it result in higher cost. Amazon currently provides shoppers the option of selecting USPS or returns on seller-fulfilled returns as part of its test running from September 5th through October 2nd of 2022. It added the option for buyers to select UPS for returns. As reported in August, sellers can claim a refund for the difference between the UPS and USPS shipping costs during the test. As was noted last month, if Amazon makes it a permanent policy change, it's not clear if it will continue to pick up the cost of the higher UPS shipping. Amazon wrote on Thursday, "We understand that UPS shipping may incur a higher price than USPS, and will reimburse the price difference for every label created during the experiment. To seek a reimbursement, go to the How to File Reimbursement or Safety Claim section of reimbursement policy for prepaid return labels or the PRL and the seller fulfilled networks." Sellers asked, and I can understand why, they asked Amazon why it couldn't reimburse sellers the difference automatically, which would make a lot of sense. You would think they would just do it automatically. But it is what it is, as I like to say. Okay, guys, I just have a couple more things I want to discuss with you. It's going to be a relatively short show. I know some of you are dealing with the weather. I will put the StreamYard link in. I know quite a few of you are busy, but if anybody wants to pop in just to discuss reselling, I'm going to have a couple things I want to discuss, and then you can pop in if you want. If not, we're just going to end the show a little bit earlier. I actually was looking to book someone from Florida. Silly me, didn't realize how bad the weather was going to be a week or so ago. So anyway, I'm going to reach out to a couple people this week and try to bring a guest on next week. But I have a couple more things I want to talk about, and that affects us as resellers, not really news articles per se, but just things that are affecting us, and go over one of the videos I discussed earlier that I'd seen. Figured I would share the information with you guys, and you can check out the video. Last week when we had Todd the Flipping Hustler on as a guest, we talked about adapting and changing our business model. If you haven't seen that video, guys, you should really check it out. Todd's a great reseller and super positive and a good friend of me and the show. So anyway, as I was listening to the radio today, I heard the lyrics to "Man in the Mirror." I hadn't heard the lyrics for a very long time. But let's share that with you and then discuss the topic of one of Angie Resell's videos. Okay, these are the lyrics. "I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If they want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change." Okay, regarding Angie's video. And Tommy, I see you're in the chat, and obviously I know you're a very big proponent of promoted listings. I believe in promoted listings, as most of us do. If we want to get our items in front of buyers, we have to do promoted listings. And as we're all aware, they raised the minimum rate from 1% to 2%. So you have to do a minimum of 2%. And I know, Tom, I know you recommend it plus a certain percentage over and above that. But anyway, in Angie's latest video, again, that's Angie Resells. Angie pulses her promoted listings on eBay. Basically, she stops them at some point on Sunday and then reinstates them again shortly after stopping them. Well, in this particular week, she turned the promoted listings off and forgot to restart them again. She didn't realize what had happened until she looked for a reason why her sales had plummeted that week. She noticed several days later and turned her promoted listings back on at an even higher rate than normal. It took a couple days for promoted listings to start working. For that week, her sales were down about 46%. On a typical week, which she does about $2,000 in sales. As I said, I know promoted listings can be a hot topic, but I wanted to share Angie's experience with you. And again, guys, as you know, most of you already know that Angie and Bobby do a reselling show after mine. They start at 8 p.m. Eastern. So you can check out Angie's channel and Bobby's channel and look for the show, and also check out that video. I think it would be helpful. I don't want to get in too much details, as she shows a graph that's the analytics from eBay, basically impressions, seller impressions, and then the promoted listing impressions. So it's very interesting. So if you get a chance, check out that video. And again, I had also mentioned earlier, one day I asked you to send your prayers and then or positive thoughts to our reselling friends and families in Florida as they deal with Hurricane Ian. One additional thing I want to remind you guys was that if you haven't used your eBay store coupon, just a reminder, Friday is the 30th. It's the last day to use your third quarter eBay store coupon. So again, so if you've already used it, then you can order again starting Saturday for the fourth quarter. Crystal, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. So, like I said, guys, I ordered just some Mylar bags. I'm just curious, anybody in the chat, if you can pop in the chat what you guys typically buy. I wish they had some a bubble wrap. They don't offer bubble wrap to the eBay store. One thing I want to make you aware of, and this probably doesn't apply to possibly even any of you, possibly some of you, but if you live near an Ocean State job lot, again, this is a regional chain that's based out of Connecticut, in Rhode Island, I believe, but they have a chain location here near me in Deptford, New Jersey. So anyway, they're running a 40% off sale for anyone who's a senior, which is over 62. So the reason I'm bringing that up to you on a reselling show is you can buy reselling supplies. They have packing tape. They have shipping boxes. They have things that you can use for your reselling business. And they also have bubble wrap. So the bubble wrap was men's and men's, which means so-so. But I ended up buying 4 rolls of bubble wrap. The reason I'm telling you that is they're running that promotion. I believe it ends on the 30th. So if you go on Ocean State, you can check out their information. But it's 40% off, and that's on everything, food, everything. So what you do though, you do get a gift card. So I'm probably going to go back again. I have to buy some more things. I'm going to use this bubble wrap and see if I like it or not. And I might pick up some more bubble wrap. The boxes are pretty reasonable there. I mean, they're not the greatest quality, but again, they are 40% off. So if you need some boxes, you can pick them up again. So that's Ocean State job lot. So if you want to check that out, go online and check that out to see if you live near one of those. Again, it's a 40% off promotion, but it was only for these few days, and it ends, I believe, this Friday. So if you want to check that out, and 40% is 40%. I mean, if you've never been there, they have food, they have some oddball clothing. It's basically like Ollie's Basement. If any of you are familiar with Ollie's Basement, it's very similar to that. But 40% is 40%, and as resellers, we're kind of frugal, so we want to save money. So I figured I would pass that along to you guys. Was just curious too. Like I said earlier, what do you guys typically use for your store coupon? What do you buy? I'm just curious to maybe get some suggestions from you folks. I mean, I used to buy tape all the time, and it got to the point where I prefer the Scotch the Moving tape. I prefer that brand over the eBay tape. eBay's nice. It's kind of because it kind of brands your packaging, so to speak. But I think the quality is a lot better on the Scotch. So just curious if you guys can pop in the chat what you typically buy with your eBay store coupon. Do you buy tape? Do you buy boxes? Do you buy Mylar bags? What do you typically buy when you buy your supplies? Pop in the chat. I would appreciate it. So we'll see if anybody pops in the chat. And again, let me pop in the, I'll share the invite again. I know it's kind of a last minute thing, but I knew this would be a shorter show today. And I know some of you are dealing with the hurricane, and, you got to be crazy. Randy, you buy padded envelopes? Okay. Any particular size, Randy? Like I said, I just bought just those big Mylar bags. I figure if I'm shipping something, Lisa, Lisa is and I are fans of these Walmart bags, the bread bags. but they're kind of small, so I try to get something bigger. So if I want to pack something in a box, I can kind of put that in the plastic and then wrap it with the eBay branded bags. You get the 9x6, Randy. Okay. And it's pretty good quality. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna, like I said, I posted the link in the chat if anybody wants to pop in for a little bit. So I know it's kind of last minute. I'm going to reach out to a couple people. Randy, I'm going to reach to you offline and reach out to you offline about a couple things as well. Is it all right to give you a holler tonight, Randy, while you're in the chat here? I don't want to bother you if you're busy, but if you're not too busy, I want to ask you about a couple things. One thing I did want to show you guys, and I might as well, since we're running a little early today, let me show you these things and see if you guys have any recommendations. I bought these several days ago. They've gotten better over time. I bought these several days ago or I shouldn't say several days, or several weeks ago at a yard sale. And I'm just curious what you guys typically use for cleaning your, they're basically belt buckles. But what do you typically use for when you're cleaning? I know some people say, don't clean them, but to me, I think they need to be kind of cleaned up a little bit to make them more saleable, so to speak. Is there anything in particular that you guys use or recommend? I know I've done some research like everybody else. They talk about Google being the #1 search engine and YouTube the second largest search engine, which is owned by Google. So I do research on those as far as the cleaning materials. But I know Beth is big into using different things. Chris, you buy what you need. Sometimes it's boxes, sometimes it's poly mailers. Okay. Like I said, I wish they sold bubble wrap. I know my understanding is that, and I think I'm going to buy it the next time. I'm a member of Sam's Club, and they have a very competitive price on bubble wrap. So I'm going to buy bubble wrap next time I'm at Sam's. Use new dull to clean and metal. Hey Gino, how you doing? Good. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Gino, are you in the path of the storm? I know you're down south. I believe you're in Florida. Are you okay down there? I know it's kind of crazy. Like I said, that's one good thing about where I am. We don't get we have an occasional earthquake. We have an occasional hurricane, but it's, and I've had, shingles and things blow off my roof and, branches break and things like that, but we don't have a lot of crazy weather around here. Use cotton wadding with the chemicals in it in Walmart auto section. Okay. Oh, that's the brand, Lisa. NEVR. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I haven't been to Walmart. I'm not a big fan of shopping at Walmart. You're in North Central Florida, and the rain here is nothing serious yet. Okay. Well, be safe. Don't be. Obviously, I don't want to tell you what to do. I mean, it's not my place to tell you what to do, but be safe. You're a good man and a talented reseller. I want you to make sure you're safe. So, anyway, again, guys, keep in mind those people in Florida. I think it's getting a little crazy down there. So again, I popped the link in a couple times. You were in Miami for years? Yeah, that'd be crazy down Miami down there. Yeah, it's. I saw my chiropractor this morning, and he's going down to Key West in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So hopefully Key West will still be okay by the time he gets down there. And apparently he likes one particular section, and it's a little crazy down there. That's where the hurricane seems to be passing right over the Key West. So. Okay. Yes. NEVR doll. Oh, Kelly Hip Flim and Mama uses the clean jewelry too. Okay, Lisa, thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. I'll write that down and I'll make a note of that, and I'll check that out, and I'll go on Walmart's site. NEVR doll. Okay, I'll check that out after the stream. Okay, guys, it looks like no one wants to pop in. I know it's kind of a last minute thing, but I wanted to remind you again about some of these news articles, and also remind you again that I'm not monetized on YouTube. So if you guys are enjoying my channel, getting any value from it, please consider helping me offset some of the cost. I would greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I have to purchase equipment, pay for subscriptions. Of course, like anything else, there's time and effort involved to bring you guys good educational content and help you grow your business. Buy me coffee, PayPal, and Cash App. And there's also a link to Randy's website, which you guys should definitely check out. Check out Randy's website, faces.com. You guys can buy coffee, tea, spices, and old-fashioned candies. Randy's prices are very competitive, and he has great products. And if you register on Randy's site, when you want to purchase something, you just put AE next to your name, and Randy will pay me a commission at no cost to you guys. So that would help him and it would help you and help me as well. So I'd appreciate it. So anyway, guys, time is your most valuable asset. I'd like to thank those of you here for the live and watching the replay. And remind you folks, before you leave, please just leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, turn notifications on. And if you're kind enough, leave a comment. And that will help the channel. I will appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next Wednesday. And I should have a guest for next Wednesday. Okay. Take care, Gino. I hope you're safe down there, my friend. Be safe. Bye, all.